The Peddler's Dream. In the village of Swaffham in Norfolk lived a poor peddler. He had a hut near the ruins of the church. Every day, he would go around selling his wares, with his dog following him. At night, he would return, tired out, to sleep. One night he dreamt of London, its famous tower and bridge, and the river. A voice said that if he went to London, he would get some news that would make him very happy. He brushed it off as a dream, but it came again the next night and the next. Now, he was sure that the dream meant something. So he left Swaffham and journeyed to London, walking miles and miles to reach there. He looked around him with great wonder. Standing on the London Bridge, the houses, the carriages, the tower, the river, and the ships. It was marvelous, but no one came up to give him any news. Dream turns true. The next day, he stood again on the London Bridge, looking around, and again the next day. On the third day, a shopkeeper came up and asked him what he was doing there. "For I don't see you selling anything or begging," he explained. The peddler told him he had come because someone in a dream told him he would hear good news in London. The shopkeeper laughed. "I should then have gone to Swaffham, for I dreamt there was a treasure buried under an old oak tree behind a peddler's house there. But I don't follow foolish dreams." The peddler was amazed, and, thanking the man, he journeyed back to Swaffham. He dug under the old oak tree behind his house, and there was the treasure. He became a rich man overnight, for his dream had come true. He rebuilt the church, and the villagers set up a statue of him there when he died. The Kind Woodcutter. A hard-working woodcutter lived near a forest with his wife. Every morning, he went into the forest to cut trees and would sell the chopped wood in the village. One morning, when he swung his axe at a large old oak tree, he heard a sound as if someone cried out in pain. "Oh, stop!" it said. The woodcutter stopped and gazed in wonder at a fairy that emerged from the tree. "Please spare this tree," pleaded the fairy. The woodcutter looked dumbstruck for a while and then said, "No, I won't cut it down." He went towards another tree when the fairy called out, "Thank you. In return for your kindness, whatever are your next 3 wishes shall be granted to you." The simple fellow smiled and forgot all about it. He finished his day's work and returned home tired and hungry. He washed and settled down near the fire for his meal. The wishes. Is the supper ready, my dear? He asked his wife. Not yet, she said. It'll take some time. The woodcutter sighed. I'm so hungry. I would love to eat a black pudding right now. There was a loud noise in the chimney, and through it came black pudding on a platter, straight into his lap. The woodcutter and his wife simply looked at it in amazement. Then he remembered the fairy's parting words and told his wife all about the incident. She glared at him. You are so dumb. Why couldn't you tell me earlier? She said. You deserve to have the pudding pasted on your nose. And the pudding flew up and stuck to his nose. Oh dear, he said. I wish this would come off. And that was the third wish. All wasted. But at least we have this delicious black pudding for supper, he said happily.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.